Welcome back. Well, I am pleased to announce that today we have a very special episode of The Works of M3. This is the next part in the series where I'm going through my tracks off of the album Former Glory, which I wrote and produced and performed, and I'm telling you a little bit about each one of those wonderful little nuggets of audio bliss. If you want to, you can skip right to the song. I'm gonna put a little link below and you can just click on that if you just want to listen to the song. But if you want to hear a couple more details about the song first, I'm your man.
And
today's episode is kind of extra special for me because the song we're going to be talking about is a song called Beauty, Child of Sorrow. And it really means a lot to me. I feel like this may be a good opportunity to get into a little bit about the history of me trying to promote my music. So I started writing music at the age of 15, and from a very early age I recorded albums and played all the instruments that were involved. I mean, sometimes there were electronic stuff that I did, so I didn't play that. You don't exactly play it. But that being said, I did all the cover art for them, the layout stuff, the mastering, mixing, all that kind of junk. And for a long time I was kind of focusing on other life pursuits rather than just trying to make a living actually playing and writing music. But when Former Glory got finished, I decided that this was when I was going to start getting serious about actually trying to pursue that. And you better believe that I tried to promote the crap out of my music and get as many gigs as possible and like get connections with people and all that kind of stuff. And it just really was a very, very tough road to hoe. There were some points of success. I got some regular gigs at a few bars and venue type places, and I played every open mic imaginable, and I mean, a lot of times I did sell a couple albums every time I played somewhere. But despite my best efforts, it was never anything super close to like a full-time income. So after doing that for quite a while, what I did is I actually planned a national coast-to-coast tour. My vision for that at the time was to get kind of a constellation of places I could play and get paid all over the nation. And you know, even if I had to travel, that was fine. But that ended up being pretty dang hard. So you have what we're doing right now. I had actually been a YouTube video creator right around the time that YouTube got launched, and I really wish I had kept doing that, because everyone that like started at the beginning of YouTube and kept going is like a multi-millionaire now. So that's what we're doing now. But the reason I bring that up is Beauty, Child of Sorrow is actually a song I played a whole lot of places, and really, I mean, none of my songs could be categorized as wildly successful, but Beauty, Child of Sorrow is really a song that meant a lot to a lot of people. Beauty, Child of Sorrow is an important enough song in my history that I felt like I just really needed to give a little more backstory. But anyway, let's get into it.
And
so kind of the central musical theme that you hear woven throughout the song is this. So originally when I was writing the song, I tried to use that musical phrase played in guitar to start the song off, but just something about it never quite felt right. I worked with it, and eventually it just kind of dawned on me to try playing it on piano. And it just felt so good, especially for what I was trying to move towards in the song, that I just had to like, it was the keeper, it was the nugget. Once I laid down that musical phrase in piano, I felt like I still wanted to have the guitar element in there, so I started writing a guitar part that was like a counterpoint response to it. I just made it really different. The piano part in there is this like really steady rhythm thing, so I wanted to do the guitar in like some bursts and stuff to make it different, but just kind of like work with it enough that it felt like something that was gonna like fit and not sound totally stupid together. And I think that was pretty successful. I love the interplay of guitar and the piano part, like in that beginning section. just like one of those things that feels pretty cool to have written. So after writing that, I didn't quite know what to do next. Like, I had an idea for a chorus, which would be later in the song, but it just didn't feel right to go straight into it. Now personally, I love a good musical like composition challenge, so I just decided, like, I was messing around on guitar one day and had this very strange idea for just like putting this like wholly different musical phrase in there. But instead of writing a counterpoint phrase to this new part I was writing, which would be like what happened in the beginning of the song, I wanted to just like have every instrument just play that exact phrase and just layer them on top of each other. Because it was just so different from what came before that I thought that would just, I don't know, I just wanted to try it and see if it'd work. How it turned out. So after that part, I wanted to go ahead with the chorus part that I had kind of come up with earlier. And that felt really good. It felt like a nice contrast to what had happened before. And now, around the time that this particular song was written, I was just beginning to learn flute, and so I was really keen on putting some flute stuff in there. So for a lot of people, what the highlight of the song would be is the flute bridge at the end. It's kind of like a solo flute part. At the point at which I'd written all the other stuff, I had one of those writing moments where it's like, wow, this sounded really good, and like I'm pleased with how this turned out, and also, how am I gonna end this? How am I gonna write an ending that like does this justice? I really wanted the ending to be something that wasn't already like a thing earlier in the song, which is a challenge because you want to, like, if you're writing a new part, you want it to fit with the rest of the song and feel the same and hit the emotional pitches and stuff, but also like add enough to the song that it adds some color to the composition. Anyway, I'll go ahead and play it for you now. Still got it. Now when I did Beauty Child of Sorrow live, it was really one of the funner songs to do live because I would do this thing on stage. I would have my, I had a Yamaha Motif 88 key keyboard. It's a pretty big keyboard. And what I did is I made a thing that went out the front of it, like the side facing me, that I could lay my flute on, and no one could see it from the audience or anything. And so like when I would play this song, I'd be playing guitar and keyboard at the same time. But when that part came up, I would just like pick up the flute real quick and start playing it. It would always shock everybody because it's like they didn't even see the flute there. They weren't expecting it really. So it was just a nice little moment playing that live. Anyway, I guess that's about all I have to say about this song. Just know that an awful lot of love went into this piece of music that you're about to hear. Anyway, that's enough jibba jabba from me. Thanks for listening. Those are my thoughts. And now I'm gonna play the song for you. Beauty, Child of Sorrow. Enjoy. settles down. If you're looking for me, you should search underground. What was lifetimes ago? Now every day's a holiday. Can take me from home. It was lifetimes ago. I was looking for